Welcome back. Today I'm going to build a Christmas gift for my dad. Don't worry, he got it in time for Christmas. I'm going to start with breaking down some pecan for this project. I'm breaking down the top and bottom pieces, the shelves, and the supports to their rough dimensions. These support pieces have a lot of sapwood. I have to be careful not to dig in too deep or I'll start tearing into that soft sapwood. Oh, okay, we're serious now. Actual cuts means there's no going back. I'm going to have a semicircle cut out on the top for the bag to nest in and a wedge on the bottom to prop it up. I'm laying that out here on both pieces with some questionable mathematics. Calipers and a calculator are great tools for any shop. You almost think I know what I'm doing here when I have them. I'm laying out the lines for the tenons to be cut later. I'm bulking out the mortises with a drill press and a brad point bit because I have them. You can freehand a cordless drill or make a jig, or just chop them out completely with a mortising chisel. But I am working with a timeline, so I'm going to try to speed it up. A mortising chisel is beefier and has a steeper angle for chopping through material. I'm just getting them close here, and I will use a bench chisel to pair them to a better fit. I should note that I edited this video down from 8 hours of footage, so cutting mortises in pecan is not as quick as it seems here. You want to work any through joinery from both sides to minimize, I'm not going to say eliminate, minimize your blowout. Even doing that, I still had some. Like I said before, pecan is tough. Keep your sharpening tools handy. I have my whetstones at the edge of the bench, and I'm continuously stropping on the leather strop to keep the edge. I have the most access to pecan, so I use it a lot. But I do take donations for some rough sawn sycamore or walnut or white oak even. I believe I showed this in a previous video, but I made this sled to ride on my table saw fence so I can bulk out tenons. I'll come back with my bench chisels and pair them to fit. Now that the supports are fit for the bottom, I can use the actual material to lay out for the top mortises. I left an 1.1/8 offset on the top so the bottom would sit up against the baseboard and the top would sit against the wall. You'll see that later. The shelves are different widths. I'm laying out for the tenons first, and then I can come back and reference for the mortises later. Kind of a reverse process. and just paring the 10" to square and keeping them to the half-inch thickness for the mortises. Paring is just making light cuts with a chisel to bring it into your layout lines. And this is a rinse and repeat process for the mortises. I'm just going to use my bandsaw to cut the semicircle out for the bag to nest in. I will use a series of hand tools to get the saw marks out of this cut. I've never mastered a spoke shave, but I keep trying. I eventually put some 80 grit on around a dowel to help smooth this out better. I'm trying to maintain a hand tool finish, and breaking the edges with a block plane just makes me feel like a real woodworker. I'm trying to get some of the tear out removed from the pieces with a low angle jack plane, but it's just too deep. I had some of this sapwood tear out at some point, so I'm removing the section to scab in a piece of good wood. We'll call it an inlay feature thing. I glued in the block and let it sit overnight. Okay, so a little time travel. I'm paring the tenons back for the shelves to fit exactly, and you're about to see something really dumb. 3 lessons can be learned here. A. Don't put your hands in front of the sharp tools. B. Keep a first aid kit on hand. And C. Just don't be dumb. This was a large cut, but in a really inconvenient place. Learn from me. I like Annabelle trades, but I'm not trying to be her twin. Okay, now back to the present. Now that the block is set up, I'm just going to skim it down flush with a hand plane. Chapstick for the win again. Just make sure it's a beeswax or oil base and not water base. It'll help smooth your planes out. The advantage of a hand plane finish is that I can start sanding at 120 grit. A professional wouldn't even need to sand at all, but here we are. I'm laying out the cut lines in the tenons for wedges. I'm using a 3/16 drill bit to drill a relief about a half inch away from the shoulder. This will terminate the split when I drive the wedges in. I have one support wedged in and I'm cleaning it up after cutting away some of the excess. Also, I'm not going to zoom in here because everyone needs to appreciate my Sharknado Christmas shirt. I'm festive. I've already put the shelving between the last two supports and wedged them in place. So now I am going to wedge in these last two supports on the bottom piece. I like to hold pressure on the saw blade with my fingernail or my thumbnail when I'm using the flush trim saw. This allows it to skate back and forth easier. I'm attaching this lift with a little super glue. All it has to do is hold the weight of the golf bag. I didn't show the installation of this, but I like to use the rubber drawer liner for non-slip footings. It's thin enough material that it doesn't lift the project up off the ground from dust, and it gets a good grip. Also, this is my first time using the Osmo's hard wax oil. I believe I may have found a new finish. Here, let me move this into better lighting so you can see what I'm doing. That osmos really brought this pecan back to life, and it triggers a core memory of an elementary school I attended. I had to model this in my house with my golf clubs because it was a Christmas gift. I appreciate you making it this far. Please like, share, comment on this video if you found some joy in this process. Thank you.